That's the man, that's the legendary Omar. Beautiful tune, and I'm sure it takes you back into, back in the day when you used to listen to this song, you boogie and all of that. And this man is so strong, doing so well for himself right now, championing a cause that we all love to actually see it materialized, and we're definitely going to be talking about it here on the show. So please hold on tight. You can continue to send your messages to us. We're streaming live on Facebook. You can drop your messages over there, and also our WhatsApp line is active. You can also share your thoughts on the issues that we're talking about here on the show as well. Of course, a very big love going out to Rosemary Felly coming through with News Flash, and also that conversation with the Virgins. And all right, so hopefully next week Tuesday he's definitely going to be here again to tell us more about what we can do to improve our health. All right, that's what it is. Now let's move on and talk about a very significant thing that happened last week, and it was all about the Black Star Experience. Now, it was a flagship policy by the NDC, and they intend to execute it, and execute it very well. But in the studio with me this morning, I've got the coordinator and the presidential staffer, Omar, here with me in the studio. He's the one leading the charge when it comes to the Black Star Experience. And so take a look at this. When I come back, we'll get into the conversation here on the show. Do stay.
Ghana, the land where freedom thrives and culture breathes. Into the heart of our cinema, the rhythm of our sound, and the bold flavors of our cuisine. The Black Star Experience takes you beyond the surface, into a world shaped by rich aesthetics, effortless style, timeless literature, and a heritage that lives on in every step. Journey through the soul of our people, revealed through the Black Star Experience. See Ghana, feel Ghana, enjoy Ghana.
See Ghana, feel Ghana, enjoy Ghana, and that's what we're talking about this morning. Uncle Rex is here. Good morning, Uncle Rex. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Great. So, the official launch, we saw so many things happen. You talked about so many things as well. Is it safe to say that now we've got an execution plan for this?
Yes, we have. We've done an extensive work during the past. I think it started even before the election.
Okay.
Because it has been the dream of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to actually rebrand Ghana through tourism, arts, and culture. So this work has been going on behind the scenes. So we have a master plan.
Okay.
We were waiting for the launch. After the launch, the next move is it will go in tandem. We don't want the Black Star Experience to be an Accra Kumasi thing. The Black Star Experience must be bought by every Ghanaian, because I and you are the Black Stars.
Yeah.
So we have to understand it and own it so as to be able to project it. Black Star Experience is simply how we Ghanaians see ourselves and how we want the world to see us. That's why we say, see Ghana, feel Ghana, and enjoy Ghana. Nobody will feel you, or nobody will see you if you don't see yourself. Nobody will feel you if you don't feel yourself. And nobody will actually enjoy you if you don't enjoy yourself. So first and foremost, we as a Ghanaian, or we as Ghanaians, we must understand who we are. If you look at the mission, it's clearly, it says that reaffirm, revitalize, and reimagine the essence, identity, and the spirit of Ghana to attract people, investment, businesses into the Ghanaian economy. So this is what it is.
Okay. All right. Now, it means that we are all involved. I mean, we are all part of this. We know the attitude towards Ghanaians and accepting that we are this or we are that, in unison, how we can promote ourselves. Is there any cut-off plan to ensure that Ghanaians feel that there's the need for us to be a part of it? Because you have a blueprint about how you want to engage Ghanaians and be able to get them move along with it. But our attitude towards accepting some of these things is a problem, no doubt.
Yeah, the attitude is, attitudinal change doesn't happen overnight. We have to start from somewhere. So at the Secretariat, one of our plans is we've commissioned some people to write books
Okay.
that has to do with nationalism, patriotism, and all that. We have to start from the schools, the primary schools. So we're going to have a conversation with Ministry of Education.
Okay.
So these books will be part of our curriculum so that the children will grow up to understand what it takes to be a Ghanaian, what it takes and the reason why you have to love your country. And when you love your country, it means you love yourself. And when you love yourself, then the love you have for yourself will translate to other people. So many things happen in this country, and if you go deep into it, you realize that people have lost touch. There's no longer love of country. There's no longer patriotism. So everybody, each one for himself and God for us all. And that is part of the psyche of Ghanaians now, and we need to change that. It will take time, but as we're talking about these things, we have to also do a lot of stakeholder engagements. If we say creative economy, and we are using culture, arts, and tourism to develop or to market ourselves, you are part of the creative economy. Yeah. All the media. Without the media, this agenda will not work. No matter how much money the president or the government invest in this agenda, without the media, it will not work. So first, even before the launch, we had a media engagement. We wanted the media to understand what the Black Star experience is. And then we will continue to go to other regions to engage the media and the stakeholders for them to understand what the Black Star experience is. People think that Black Star experience is an event, just like, say, Year of Return, no, it is not. Black Star experience is a 365 days way of life. Every Ghanaian, when you wake up in the morning, you ask yourself, I am the Black Star. What is going to be my experience today? What am I doing to shine the Black Star? Am I eating Ghanaian food? Am I wearing Ghanaian clothes? Even if it's a suit you want, was this suit created by a Ghanaian designer? So we spend our monies on Ghanaian products. We eat Ghanaian food. Young people on social media, whatever you are doing there, ask yourself, whatever I'm doing on social media, will it attract somebody to want to come to Ghana? So Black Star Experience is putting our best foot out there so that we can attract people to come to our country, either through tourism or to come and invest, or people would want to come and feel us, experience us. You know, so that is all it is about.
Okay. In terms of people coming and experiencing us, what do we intend to also do with our Ghanaian? You mentioned people about clothes, you know, music and all of that. What are we doing to ensure that when people come, they get the quality that they deserve, so that when they leave, we don't get to have stories about things that did not go well when they visited? We've had an experience about the Year of Return when people have come and they've left, and as much as it's been very nice, some of the comments that have gone out there are not so good comments. What are we doing to sensitize our people to give the best of quality service?
Yeah, it is very important. Nothing in this world is perfect.
Yeah.
Even in the most developed countries, nothing is perfect. We will try as much as possible to do our best. We're going to do a lot of capacity building through the agencies to do their best. In fact, National Civic Education, they will all have to be a part of this whole thing. For us to be able to, for example, you go to the hotels, how do they serve? You go to these tourist sites, how do they relate to the people? Yeah. You know, all these things are things that we will have to be intentional about, and then to train our people. At the Secretariat, we have a plan to train at least 10,000 tour guides, how they relate to people who want to do things. We are in collaboration with the Diaspora Affairs, so as to be able to have plans as to when people come to Ghana and they want to invest in Ghana. Some people will want to even have properties in Ghana, and at the end of the day, they will end up naturalizing as Ghanaians. Yeah. How do we take them through the processes that people will not dupe them? You know the land tenure systems in this country. So all these things are part of the Black Star experience. It's a huge responsibility.
Must agree.
That is not a one-man's business. Yeah. This supersedes political agendas. Party A comes, Party A goes, and President Mahama said that this is a national agenda that any political party that comes will have to continue, because this is the only way that we can attract investment and tourism and whatever. We have also challenges with infrastructure. Right now, if we are to have a project that should bring, say, 100,000 people in Ghana within 1 week, we will have challenges as to where they will sleep. Our roads are not good. We don't have conference facilities. We don't have enough hotels. That's why hotels are so expensive. We don't necessarily have to have a lot of five-star hotels, because the people who come here, some of them small motels, small guest house,
and
they are good. So it must be a deliberate plan to develop this aspect of Ghana so that we can become the cultural capital that we seek to become.
One other interesting thing that also came up, I think last week, Friday, I was having this conversation with some of the media guys, and I was asking them, there's a problem, and whether you believe it is there or not, when you investigate very deep, you understand that we have a certain attitude towards people when they decide that they want to change a certain narrative. Now, we're going to use entertainers. We're going to use all these literary people and all that to push this agenda. How do we intend to roll it so that if Kwame or A or C is not given a certain opportunity to travel, because we're going to be doing a lot of traveling, we're affecting about 20 countries. If I am not chosen to go and maybe work in a specific country as an ambassador for this, I'll feel that one who is taking the lead is doing it for our interest and not one person. You know how your musicians and your creative people and how they see some of these things. It is one of my major issues. I don't know what you think about that or how you intend to even deal with that.
It has already started. Even just lunch, some people that I personally invited, sent them invitation, did not come. First, they did not come. Second, they started complaining that why they have not been brought into the plan. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
That's a big challenge.
But we're going to work on that, because you see, already we have people who are artists. I will use Amare as an example.
Yeah.
Amare on her own got opportunity to be on the biggest platform that no Ghanaian has ever been there. And she chose to say, this is the Black Star experience. She promoted Ghana on her own. This is when we talk about love of country. This is what we talk. It's not everything that must be money. You don't have to always ask for what your country can do for you. You also have to ask that, what can I do for my country?
Yeah.
So in all small or big ways, if everybody gets up, Ghanaians must understand, look at our flag. The red is the blood of our ancestors who fought for this land for us. The yellow is the gold that we have on this land. The green is our vegetation. Ask yourself, who is the Black Star in the middle of the yellow? I and you.
Yeah.
So it's not somebody's responsibility. Every Ghanaian must be responsible to shining the Black Star. So when it comes to opportunities, travel, whatever, you can't carry all Ghanaians to a certain place. It's not possible. So you try as much as possible to get everyone along. And at the Secretariat, during my open remarks, I emphasized that we intend not to leave anyone behind. Not leaving anyone behind does not mean that we are going to carry all Ghanaians to travel. Not leaving anyone behind is see yourself as a Black Star. In your small ways, what can you do to shine the Black Star? So it is something that we should understand, that it is only us who can change our narrative. If we don't create our own stories and tell our own stories to the world, somebody will tell it for us. And they will tell it how they want to tell it, not how we want to be told out there. So this is a national assignment, and it is a very, very, very serious assignment. Look, something is happening in this country, and all of us must pay attention and deal with that. You know, during the slave trade and then during the colonization, in our industries, they were calling every work Obronia Juma, white man's work.
Yeah.
And they created an adage that Obronia Juma de yemfan to yakonhu. A white man's work, you can't carry it on your shoulder. After we got our independence, then they changed it. They still thought it is Obroni, so they said, Abaya Juma de yemfan to yakonhu. This psyche is what has bedeviled any state institution, most state institutions. The other time I heard President Mahama saying that he was talking about Gihok, Ghana for when we are happy we drink. Yeah. When we are sad we drink. When we are not happy nor not sad, we drink. So how can you sell alcohol and lose? And it is typical because it is government's property, state-owned agency. So this attitude has gone to a level where now you have some money, you set up a business, you are a journalist, but you have gotten some money and you set up another business. Obviously, you put somebody in charge to run that business for you. And majority of Ghanaians, their attitude is, how fast can I get money out of this and set up my own and kill this one? They don't care how you got money to set up the business. So gradually what is happening is people will invest, set up companies, and they'll rather bring an expatriate
to come and manage it.
To come and manage it. Why? Because expatriate will manage it well, and then will make sure that you make profit so that he can also be paid well. You see? So then at the end of the day, the Ghanaian that you are working hard to create a business so that we can create more employment, the Ghanaians are the very people who collapse the business. So you end up setting up the company and bring foreigners to run the company. How does this make sense? Attitudinal change. And these are the things that the Black Star experience. It has to do with also a change of mindset. When President Mahama talks about resetting Ghana, resetting actually means Sankofa. We have to change our attitude. We no longer have a colonial master. We are our own colonial masters. When we talk about government, who is government? It's I and you.
Yeah.
Recently, I was just a private person doing my own thing. All of a sudden, I've become a part of government. So my attitude when I was in the private sector must be the same attitude I take to government to make sure that the government succeeds, to make sure that if it's a state agency, it must succeed. So that is part of the Black Star resetting and Black Star experience that we're talking about.
Okay.
All of us, me, you, it is our responsibility. President Mahama is leading the charge. He can't do it all. So all of us must understand that the direction, if we can tell the world who we are, we have to do it together. It's not about somebody having advantage over somebody, because at the end of the day, this agenda that President Mahama has set has already started yielding results. Yesterday, I had interviews on international media and whatever, and then people have actually called me, people who want to come here through our facilitation to come and invest just because His Excellency has shown the way, to the extent that we are going to do Fashion Week and he is going to be on the runway.
Wow, that was interesting.
He is going to be the first president to do this, to show you how serious he is about this agenda.
Okay.
You know, so all of us must support it.
Okay. Unfortunately, our time is up, but I want you to send your closing remarks, anything that you want to say or a message you want to send to Ghanaians, and then we'll wrap up. The message I want to send to Ghanaians is, especially people in the creatives, we are very lucky that Ghana has chosen to rebrand through culture, arts, and tourism. So it is our responsibility, all of us. It is our time, all the people in creatives, it is our time to help, to make sure that Ghana becomes the #1 capital when it comes to cultural capital, or the #1 destination when it comes to tourism. Very well. Thank you very much, Uncle Rex Omar, for joining us this morning and sharing this with us. Now, the Black Star experience has started, and everybody is supposed to be a part of it. It's for our own good. And so let's all try as much as possible and as much as we can to also support in a very, a very small way. They can contact the Secretariat. Is there a number or a website or something they can contact?
Yeah, you go to www.blackstarexperience.org.
Great.
Or you come to the Jubilee House. As soon as you cross the first security post, our office is on the right.
Great.